arm of strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect.
Hello, game trollers, and welcome to a new E3 video. I was planning to do this video yesterday, but I just couldn't. I didn't have my thumbnail, and this phone storage was killing me. I've tried deleting as many apps and songs on my phone as possible, but yeah. Anyways, in this video, I'll be covering my top 13 E3 reveal / announcements. Now, most of these are certain, like we're gonna see them. Some are like not even like a possibility almost. These are just my personal things that I would love to see, like a new game be announced, revealed, or just talked about at E3 that wasn't talked about last year at all. Not even at any of the PAXs, not in just any kind of announcement, anything like that. So, some of these are completely like original, some of these are actually taken off of news and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, now on with number 13. And at number 13, we have EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. I made a video on this already, on EA Star Wars Battlefront, what I'm expecting from that game. You can go check it out. I'll probably leave a link in the description to that video. But, yeah. It's all the way at number 13, because it's not really likely that we'll see it this year. More than likely next year, but, yeah. Maybe if we could see like a small, like I don't know, a little tidbit or something, maybe like a little like teaser trailer for it or something, I don't know, then that would be a cool thing to see and to have, but I don't think it's gonna happen this year, most likely next year, but yeah, let's get on with number 12. And at number 12, we have Watch Dogs 2. So, if Watch Dogs 1 were any bit better, this would obviously be like at number 5, in the top 5. But sadly, it isn't. I'm really, really disappointed. I got really disappointed at the original Watch Dogs. It had so much potential. We waited for it for years and years and years, and it just did not happen. I really, really feel like they should do something this year. Well, for this game, that is a lot better than what they tried with the original Watch Dogs. Like, the characters were mostly dead. Like, the only characters that I liked were Jordy and, I want to say Africa. I can't really remember how good Africa was, but yeah, Jordy especially was one of my favorite characters in the entire game. Like, just he was like that Trevor character that is just so lovable because he's making all the jokes, doing all the craziness, you know. So yeah, but I this new game, in a new article that came out today, they showed off a teaser trailer for it, and it's supposed to be set in San Francisco. So either that means Aiden's moved on from Chicago and went to San Francisco, or it's a new character. And there's a lot of stuff I can't really remember for the original Watch Dogs, but I know there's like a group of hackers that's like anonymous, like the group Anonymous in real life, that's supposed to be in Watch Dogs, but I can't really remember their name. I think it was like the Blighters or something. No, that was Assassin's Creed. Watch Dogs. Let's type this in real quick. Watch Dogs. Let's see. Like, Watch Dogs got so many good reviews, but it just died in terms of story at some point. Like, for me. Oh yeah, Bloom. That was a thing. Yeah, Bloom and like fixers and stuff. Okay, so I'm assuming they're continuing on with that whole thing, the original Watch Dogs. I just want to see how the story continues, because like the story died off at like the ending. Like the middle bit of the entire thing was great, like fantastic. I really enjoyed the middle bit. But as soon as, I don't know, as soon as either you killed Africa or like, I know from definitely that the bit where Clara died was just stupid and I didn't like it, so that was part of the bad bit of the game. But like before that, like some part before that, when you were taking over the base and everything, I really enjoyed the middle, like the Act 2, I guess, of Watch Dogs. And I would love for that to reemerge and be the entirety of Watch Dogs 2. And I have really low expectations for this game because I really didn't enjoy the first game. It's like one of those games that I just really did not like. Like I'm not that kind of guy that's like, oh, I don't like this game because of this and then. I like all games. I'm like the mark, I guess you could say. Just I like all the games. I don't dislike games because of reasons. I mean, I don't like Call of Duty. I like the original Watch Dogs, and I didn't like Arkham Knight because Arkham Knight and Watch Dogs were just really disappointing, and Call of Duty is just Call of Duty. It's that really annoying thing that's just there. It's like in your head. It's like that piece of glitter you just want to get off your face, you know. So, yeah, but really high expectations for Watch Dogs 2. Hopefully they do some better writing and better character development and just continue on with the gameplay. Like, to be honest, I don't really like Ubisoft's shooters like Far Cry and Watch Dogs and, of course, Assassin's Creed. Like, the shooting in those games are really sort of to me. It just felt like you were shooting rubber bullets at, like, a balloon, like a really hard balloon. It's just, yeah. And especially in the Division, like that was my primary problem with the Division was just the shooting in that. Hopefully they do better shooting in this game and like add more hacking stuff and just overall make it better and multiplayer. If it's coming out on last gen consoles, which is most likely not, please fix the multiplayer. I mean, good grief. Anyways, time for number which am I now? Number 11. And at number 11, we have Destiny 2. So I made a video on Destiny 2 as EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, what I'm expecting from that, and I personally like the original Destiny. I know a lot of people don't like it. It's among like the Call of Duty sort of hatred level. I personally don't know why. It's not like it's the same thing over and over and over again. I guess it's just really, well, in the game itself, it really is sort of the same thing over and over again. You just shoot people a million times, like shoot the same thing over and over again and everything, and all the guns just feel like the same. And yeah, there's a few bad points with Destiny, especially considering like 2/3 of the entire game is hidden away in DLC, and yeah. It's not even like a console-based thing where on the next-gen console it's better. It's a DLC thing. Like, it's not like, oh, well, it's like with me, like with the Dota games and everything, I can't get a PS4 at this time, so I can't get the next-gen Dota games, and they really just did not change anything. It's basically suffering from Call of Duty syndrome now, the Dota games on last gen. It's just the same thing over and over again, just with updated roster and new and a couple new features and a couple new things, but it's mainly just the same gameplay, same everything. In fact, it's even worse this year because like the next gen really ruined it because some animations they like transferred over to last gen, and so the last gen ones are just really like on last gen it really is makes the game glitchy and just worse. And that's not the problem with Destiny. Like, in fact, there's no real like console difference, honestly, between like graphics. I don't really care that much for graphics. Well, I would like to have better graphics, but sadly, I just can't afford it. So, yeah, but it's just like I really dislike DLC. But yeah, anyways, time for number. Number 10. And at number 10, we have Assassin's Creed Egypt. So, Assassin's Creed Egypt was announced a couple months ago, and from like a news thing or something like that, pretty much this game was not meant to be. The Assassin's Creed 3 director was like, nah, feudal Japan, World War II, and like Egypt, ancient Egypt, or among the places, the settings that just will not work for an Assassin's Creed game. I'm assuming World War II is just because it's been overdone so much, and like it will be so basic. Will just be like the Templars are the Nazis, you know, like yeah. I mean that it would just be really generic and not really be original as the other games. But ancient Egypt and feudal Egypt and ancient what am I saying? Feudal Japan and ancient Egypt are like really sort of why sort of for me, but yeah. But the one that was not supposed to happen is happening, and I would like to see what's going on with this game, especially considering that it's not exactly properly. Well, what am I gonna say? What I mean is, it's not a yearly thing. I mean, from since like Assassin's Creed 2, all the games have come out yearly, like annually. From since Assassin's Creed 2, this is the first game where they're actually taking their time with it, and hopefully it'll be much better. If it's gonna be the same thing as Unity, with only like a couple new, not even well, technically, Syndicate was almost the exact same thing as Unity. But if Egypt is gonna be just the same as Syndicate, then I'm pretty sure it's just a case of Ubisoft not caring or just not having any new ideas whatsoever. And I feel like Assassin's Creed is sort of that game that was cool back in its heyday and everything, but now it's just been like done to death, and you can't really do that much with it. That's like original anymore because Assassin's Creed is just that thing, you know. It's just a thing. Like Call of Duty, you can't really make it original. You could make new settings, you could add new characters, you could like try and add new features and stuff, but it's always gonna feel the same, you know. And I feel like Assassin's Creed will die off in like a few years. Like by the time 2020 comes out, by the time 2020 comes around, it's just gonna be dead at that point because you're not really have that many settings, especially with like them not saying that some settings aren't even gonna work. So you've really just used up all of the settings you could possibly do, and the story is just like then. I really don't like the present day story. I like the like past stuff, like the stuff, like the actual setting that's supposed to be in the game, and yeah, like the simulation, I guess you could say. I feel like they should just drop the whole simulation thing, honestly. I don't know. I mean, we sort of know that it's going to be a simulation now, so why even bother with the whole abstergo thing? Just have it be the game. I don't know. It just makes it really odd to me with the whole futuristic stuff. But anyways, that's it for Assassin's Creed Egypt. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they'll do with this game, and hopefully it won't be as bad as. Like it won't be the exact same thing, and yeah, I'm assuming for now it's gonna look the exact same or something, but yeah, with time everything will grow. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for Assassin's Creed Egypt. Really have to the game, and yeah, time for number 9. And at number 9, we have yeah, sure, an MCU-based game. So basically, what I mean by this, if you don't know, the MCU is like code. What do I want to say? Like, initials for Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hold up, I gotta deal with an idiot on Facebook. Just hold up a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so as I was saying, an MCU-based game. We haven't had one since I believe it was Captain America no, not Warfighter. What was it? It was a game based on Captain America First Avenger. I'm not sure if it was actually called First Avenger. Let me just check here. Game. Was it called First Avenger? No, Super Soldier. Yeah, that was based on the First Avenger, and that was all the way back in 2011, and it was made by Sega. I think Iron Man 2 came out around the same time. The game came out at the same time. Came out. No, wait, hold up a second. The game came out in 2010. So, since 2011, we haven't had a single MCU-based game, like a game based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not on a single movie since 2011. We've already gone through an entire phase in the series, I guess, and we haven't had a single game. Amazing Spider-Man, like both movies have had games based on these movies, with added stuff as well. The old Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire and directed by Sam Raimi, all three of them had games based off of it. We haven't had an MCU-based game that was actually good, besides Super Soldier, because Super Soldier was pretty good, honestly. There's a lot of stuff they could add to it, but it was really good. So I feel like now is the time with Phase 3 started up really hot with Civil War, and yeah, I feel like we should be able to get this. I mean, there was like a leak or something a couple months ago. Everything's a couple months ago, where they were showing off like a first person Avengers game that was supposed to be based off of whatchamacallit, off of the Avengers movie, the 2012 Avengers movie, and it didn't come out at all. It was really a disappointing thing to learn that a first person superhero game was going to come out. We haven't really had any of those ever. I don't think. Like the only one that I know of right now is Batman Vengeance, and that was like mostly third person. And the only time that you went into first person was when you zoomed in to use a weapon or gadget, whatever. We've had technically first person stuff in the Arkham games, but that wasn't really the whole game itself. It was like in a couple cutscenes, and I just zoomed in and used like Batman's binocular things. So yeah, and we really haven't had that Marvel, like DC has been dominating everything in terms of, well, I say everything, most things, the more important things, like for a while. I mean, they're dominating video games, obviously, because like we've had the Arkham games, we've had Injustice, which is gonna be on the list coming up pretty shortly, I feel, and yeah, we've had Injustice, we've had a lot of other things too. I can't even remember. I mean, we've had a few mobile games, based on DC stuff. They've been slightly dominating in the movie territory. Slightly, I say slightly. Marvel is definitely dominating in the movie category. They've been dominating comics, obviously. I mean, just to show you how much they've been dominating, especially nowadays. We had that New Captain America comic, written by a guy who doesn't know about Captain America or anything like that, and he just writes stuff because they just couldn't find a person to properly write a Captain America book, I guess. He had him turn into a Hydra agent and say, "Hail Hydra," by the end of the book. Not many people like that. Whereas in DC, we have DC Rebirth that added freaking Watchmen, to the comic book universe, the DC canon now. They're canon now. We had like Wally West, like white guy Wally West, come back into the comics. I mean, he's been in TV shows and cartoons and stuff for a while, but we haven't had like the white Wally West in a while. We've had the black Wally West, from what I understand. They did so many good things with DC Rebirth, and the proper books themselves are also really good. Like the actual issues themselves, like Green Arrow and all that kind of stuff, are really good. They're adding new characters like Gotham Boy and Gotham Girl. They're doing so much good stuff in DC Comics right now. Marvel is just dying, like it's dead. The only place they're really dominating is in the movies, and somewhat in TV shows. They're sort of equal because Flash is just super good, and then like Daredevil and the other one, the chick, or were good, I guess. I think those are the only two Marvel based TV shows. Honestly, we have Legends of Tomorrow for DC, we have Arrow for DC, we have Flash for DC, and then we have Daredevil and the other one for Marvel. We also have Gotham for DC. Don't forget Gotham. So DC is sort of dominating in TV shows too. They're pretty much dominating every single medium other than movies right now because like people just did not like Batman vs Superman. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it so I can see how bad it really is because like I really can't understand. I mean, some people just I've seen reviews and everything, and they just didn't like. It was just their opinionated stuff, and somehow, some way, that's transferred over to critics. I feel like if it wasn't for the critics, Batman vs Superman would have done better in box office. But that's just me. So like, if Marvel want to actually like do something else other than movies and go into games now, like proper console games and not stupid mobile games like that new mobile like side-scrolling fighter thing that they have. I mean, sure they have all the characters in it, like all X-Men and everything like that in it, but it's not the same as a proper like Arkham game or an Injustice game, like console PC game. So I feel like Marvel should try and expand and do better stuff, like make their stuff a bit better and not just keep it all locked into the movies. That's just me. Like if they want to equate DC in quality right now, they should go into gaming, and I feel like games based on the MCU would be a good touch. Maybe this is just me. Maybe a Civil War like Injustice style, Mortal Kombat style game would be the best bet right for them right now because Civil War was super hot and everything like that. So maybe that's what they should do, but I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, like it's just a proper Arkham game. And I feel like maybe this sort of ties in with another one that's on the list. Maybe if they do that, if they do it like Arkham style, that would be the best bet for them. But that's it for the MCU. Yeah. Not much to say. I just really want to see a game based on the MCU, have all those characters in it. You know, play as Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, those kind of guys. You know, and not Lego games. So yeah. Anyways, on with number 8. And at number 8, we have Red Dead Renegade. So Red Dead Renegades is, I don't know how to put it. Red Dead Renegades is an upcoming, well, I think was announced a few, or leaked or whatever, a few weeks ago or even a month ago, something like that. And it's going to be a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. It's going to be the third game in the Red Dead series. And yeah, I have nothing really to say about this. The reason why it's all the way up here is because I really liked Red Dead Redemption. And to be honest, I feel like a sequel to Red Dead Redemption isn't really what they need. I feel like a remaster version on Xbox and PC would be a lot better because I think it was only on PlayStation 3 and maybe Xbox, I'm not sure. But like if they make a remaster version of the original Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption, then it would be a much better thing. You know, instead of doing a sequel, because well, a prequel, whatever. They, I don't really feel like I don't really feel like they could add that much more to it. I mean, then again, I don't know. Story wise, probably because I wasn't really into the story of Red Dead as much as I should have. I guess I was just mainly into gameplay stuff like free roaming and everything like that. So maybe, possibly, like story would be a lot different. And I think the map is gonna be slightly different, even though they had a lot of diversity in the original Red Dead Redemption map. I'm assuming maybe just layout of the map would be vastly different. And bad thing is, it's a prequel, so we're going back into time. Like, it's not gonna add anything, and if not, it's gonna take some stuff out if it's a prequel. Like, even if it's set like a year before, you know. I feel like if they did a proper sequel that's set after the Red Dead Redemption, like during World War One, because Red Dead Redemption started in 1914. Well, the epilogue of it was set in 1914, I believe. If not, it was 1911. So, like, if they did it all the way in World War Two and stuff, well, World War One, sorry, then I feel like it would be much, much better. But they're going for a prequel, and I don't really think prequels really work. I mean, there is a catalyst and all that kind of stuff. Like, prequels just don't work, okay? Unless, I don't know. I just feel like they should just, I don't know. I'm not. I'm excited for Red Dead Renegade. I'm not saying I'm not excited, but it's really odd. Anyways, on with number 7. And at number 7, we have the new NetherRealm game. So NetherRealm is a fairly new video game dev team / publisher. I don't really know. They made the 2 new Mortal Kombat games, Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat 10 or X, whatever. And they made Injustice 1. On the directors, I'm not sure, like one of the people that's higher up in the hierarchy of the team, on his Twitter page, well, I think maybe he was like the social media thing, not sure, but on his Twitter page, he put up a picture, on his profile picture, it was 2 eyes. Well, by 2 eyes, I mean, the letter I. That could mean 2 things, and we could possibly see one of those things announced at E3. Either Injustice 2. Injustice Gods Among Us was a, Mortal Kombat style DC fighting game that took up on whatchamacallit, on a comic book art. Storage space, how I hate you. Alright, so, as I was saying, it takes place on a story arc called Injustice, where Superman and co. went bad. And yeah, it was like basically the Civil War of DC. And then the second possibility is Mortal Kombat 11. So it's either the 2 sticks, I guess, count as a 2 in Roman numerals, or it counts as just a 1 so an 11 in Arab numerals, I guess. So yeah, either way, it's gonna be really cool to see. Because, well, we haven't really heard that much of Injustice in a while, and there's so much possibility with Injustice 2. I mean, so much things they could add in Injustice 2. It's gonna be really good, and I really can't wait. And, yeah, I've changed my storage space so much at this point I'm confused about the timing. So, yeah, what was I gonna say? Injustice 2. So yeah, Injustice 2, I'm pretty excited for. As I said, a lot of room, a lot of things they could do with that game in terms of story, in terms of roster, in terms of character stuff and everything like that. Like, they added the whole free variations of a character thing in Mortal Kombat X. I don't know, I didn't see it. I didn't really care, but yeah, hopefully they do that with like this game and everything. Yeah, I'm just want to see this game come out, basically. But yeah, that's it for this. Hope I'm excited for whatever NetherRealm has planned. But yeah, let's get into number 6. And at number 6, we have Telltale Batman. So, Telltale Batman. It's one of my favorite things, and another really good thing that I enjoy. Telltale do amazing stories. Like, their writing team. I don't know who writes the stuff they put in their games, but it's just always incredible. My few problems with them is that one, it doesn't have any gameplay. It's always QTEs, and I don't consider QTEs to be gameplay. I mean, it's always so simple and just is so annoying. Like Minecraft, their Minecraft thing did something a bit different, but it wasn't that much different. So yeah, but I'm really just, their story is always good, but there's never really any gameplay or any like the graphics are never really good. But I feel like for Batman, the graphics were tremendously. I made a video on Telltale Batman already, talking about details and stuff, and like the decisions they say you can make are really good. I hope with Telltale Batman they'll get rid of their whole set story thing and make you really feel like you're in control of everything. Because that's my problem with Telltale. Like, as much as they give you decisions, dialogue decisions, and just decisions to make in general, and everything like that, like who to save and what to say and who to support and all that kind of stuff, it never really feels like you are in control of your story, and it doesn't really feel like it blends and goes around what you do, like they say. So I feel like with Batman, they could have a lot of leeway with Batman and what you do. My thing is, I want to know if they're brave enough to give you the option to kill people, and I want to see how much either just like people who are not Batman fans and don't know anything about Batman lore and all that kind of stuff react to that possibility and what they do with that possibility. Would they kill somebody and everything like that? I really want to see that just Batman killing in general, because they did that in Batman vs Superman. That wasn't really well accepted and everything like that. I'm personally fine with it. I mean, honestly, I've been waiting for Batman just murdering everybody with a gun thing. Sure, it takes away from the whole Batman lore, because if he just killed people just straight up with throwing batarangs into people's eyes or throwing them off of buildings and stuff, I would be fine with that. But using proper guns is just completely against what Batman is. Yeah. So that's like saying Superman is not from Krypton, or Wonder Woman isn't actually a woman. Which in Injustice may be a possibility, but I'm not going to continue on with that. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, I really want to see what kind of options and stuff they give you in that game, and yeah, I just want to see if Telltale can really do good work with a Batman setting, because I really Batman is among my favorite things. I just love DC. I love comic books. I love just crazy stuff like that. Yeah. I'm not those boring guys that just listens to, I don't know, Rihanna and Wiz Khalifa, or whatever his name is, all day, every day, for the rest of my life, like most people my age. Or just say, I love Call of Duty, or just play Minecraft all the time, or I love Call of Duty, or anything like that. I'm actually, above my, my age threshold, or whatever the term is for that. And, threshold, really? I don't know. So yeah, I'm hyped for Telltale Batman. I want to see what they can do with Telltale Batman. But anyways, time for number 5. And at number 5, we have Bully 2. Bully was a GTA style school simulator. Pretty much, you played as a student in high school who legit did what a person in GTA would do all the time. You went to school, you did classes, which were little fun mini games and everything that got gradually harder as you go, and yeah. And it came out a while ago, and it was an interesting concept that Rockstar came up with, and I want to see what they could do if they ever do a Bully 2. And I feel like this year, I believe it's the 10th anniversary of Bully, the original Bully. Let me check this Bully game. Yeah, it's almost the 10th anniversary of Bully 2. Technically, the 10th anniversary came out in 2006. So if they announce this for this year, then I'll be super hyped. You know, like I really am looking forward to a Bully 2, what they could add and everything, like add different classes, maybe have you go to college, which was one of the main things people were talking about, you know? And it would just really feel, like, good, I guess. You know, I just really feel like that would work. And I feel like maybe it would appeal to a lot of, like, people my age and stuff like that, because, you know, it's school and everything. And it just was a really interesting concept. I think it was never done in video games ever, like a school setting, you know? So it was an interesting concept. I want to see where they go on with it. And yeah, and the character, man, like the main character, I just really enjoyed him. It was just like that. He was pretty much just that, like, I don't even know anything. I just really want to have a Bully 2, and that's why it's in my top 5. So anyways, now for number 4. And at number 4, we have a GTA spin-off, a new GTA game in general. So, we had, a couple weeks ago, a little, well, I think even a week ago, we had a screenshot that was, like, taken from some GTA dev artist person portfolio showing an HD version of a bit in Liberty City. Now, that raises a lot of questions. And number 4 isn't just a GTA spinoff, it's pretty much anything GTA related. I feel like maybe, just maybe, we could get a new GTA game. Just any kind of GTA game, really. A spin-off, a DLC, anything related to GTA. Most likely, we're getting the single-player DLC that we've wanted for quite some time, ever since the game came out. And it's probably going to be set in Liberty City. And I feel like it would work a lot better in Liberty City because it's not in... Because, you know, it's not a game itself, because we've already had a game that's set in Liberty City. It'll just feel like they're overusing it. So, yeah. If it's not that, then it's going to be a spin-off set in Liberty City. But I feel like they've done too much Liberty City stuff, and it can be like GTA 6 straight up. If it's GTA 6 straight up, we're getting Vice City, obviously, or like a new city. Like, maybe Carcer City, but I don't really feel like that would be a bit that would be a major installment or anything. So most likely Vice City for, you know, the HD universe. I believe it's the HD. Yeah, we had the 2D universe, which was like 1 and 2, and then the 3D universe was free, and Vice City, Liberty City, no, Vice City and San Andreas, and like all the other stuff. And then we have the HD universe with GTA 4 and GTA 5. So I really want to see them expand on the universe and everything like that. And well, from what I'm seeing right now, I've done almost a 30-minute video doing a countdown. Jeez. Top 13. I'm talking way too much. Anyways, yeah. So I want to see a GTA spinoff. Really, I'm not gonna tread on that any longer. Anyways, let's get on to number 3. And at number 3, we have a new Infamous game. So this, I'm sort of indecisive, and by indecisive, I don't actually know if it'll be Infamous 3 or Infamous 4. Because since they didn't actually add a number to Second Son, and considering they can actually do that kind of thing, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4. But I really want to see a new Infamous game. Like, Infamous was a really interesting concept. It was basically superpowers in a sort of normal world, and it wasn't really based on anything. It was really cool. Basically, it almost feels like a One Piece game, but modern day One Piece. You know, it was really interesting, and I really want to see what they can do with a new game. Because Second Son, they really did a bunch more stuff. Like, they gave you the possibility to have different powers. You know, the smoke power, the video, and neon, and then at the end, rock, you know. So, like, other than the lightning that was in the first 2 games. So, if they do a next game, I really want to see what kind of powers they could add, what setting we'll have, and what characters and story and everything they'll have in that game. I just really want to see a new Infamous game, and I feel like and I feel like it's one of the games that nobody has really been like talking about, like a new Infamous game. I mean, like I don't really get why. I mean, Infamous is a really cool series and everything. Maybe it's because it's a, let's say, exclusive, but then again, Uncharted was an exclusive, and look how much hype. Okay, storage space really killing me right now. Anyways, as I was saying, Uncharted had a ton of hype behind it and everything like that, so I'm assuming like an Infamous game would have a ton of hype behind it too. But I don't know. I don't know why. Like, that's not really on people's agenda, I guess, and like whatever. But I would really like to see an Infamous game come out at some point. But anyways, that's just me personally. So yeah, time for number 2. And at number 2, we have Elder Scrolls 6. And I believe, from stuff that I've heard, it's possibly going to be called Valenwood. So, Elder Scrolls is an interesting series. I put this all the way up here at number 2 because I feel like it would suffer, well, not suffer, but it would be blessed by the Fallout 4 syndrome, I guess you could say. Well, I just broke everything. Fallout 4 got announced last year, and they showed it off at E3. Imagine how much love they'll get for Elder Scrolls 6. Like, it would be almost the exact same, like, amount of love. Like, I just, like, let me just say this. It's gonna be like Fallout. I was not interested or didn't really care about Fallout before Fallout 4 came out. As soon as Fallout 4 came out and I saw all these features and I saw how good the game is, I was like, hey, maybe I should go back and actually see the old Fallout games. Because, like, I tried watching them, they were just so, like, dull to me. I don't know. Like, I'm when I mean dull, I mean, like, you know, just, like, gameplay-wise and story-wise and everything like that. And technically it is, but I don't think it's mainly for the gameplay. I think it's mainly for the story. And I wasn't really caring about the story because, like, if the gameplay doesn't interest me, so I don't care about the story. And that's the same thing with Elder Scrolls. I was not interested in Skyrim. I saw a little bit of it and was just like, okay, it's a fantasy first-person sword fighting game thing that came out. But seeing how good Fallout was, I'm guessing that I'll get into Elder Scrolls through Elder Scrolls 6. And it's even better now because I think by the time an Elder Scrolls 6 came out, and basically this works for pretty much all the games most of the games previously, like Infamous and all that kind of stuff. With VR, I feel like a 6, Elder Scrolls 6, would be tremendous, so like VR-wise. Like, I mean, imagine playing that game in VR. It would be it would just be hot. Like, you know, it, it, it would be boiling, man. You know, it would be so just like I don't even know the word. Like, it would be that good. And I really just want to see what they could if they would announce that. I'm telling you, I would be super hyped if they do announce that game. If they do announce it, and honestly, if they don't announce that, I feel like the Bethesda press conference is gonna be super dead because honestly, what are they gonna talk about? I mean, Dishonored 2, Doom, and Fallout 4 DLC. I mean, what else are you gonna really talk about? And like the Elder Scrolls not online. Well, sort of online, but the Elder Scrolls card game. I don't care about these mobile card game things, honestly. Like, the only times I would care about them is when I'm playing a game on Facebook, and I don't even buy mobile games because I can't because of where I freaking live. So, you know, I would like to see a new Elder Scrolls game purely so that I can get into it, because I wanted to suffer from Fallout syndrome. If it doesn't suffer from that syndrome, then it just is dead to me. But that's just me. So yeah, but I really want to see if they'll actually announce this. Like, this would be such a tremendously big announcement, like so massive that it would just be mind blowing. Like, and it would sort of work because technically in around the same time New Vegas and Skyrim came out, it was 1 year apart. So if they do that again, that would sort of continue on with the schedule, I guess. Because New Vegas came out in 2010, and Skyrim came out in 2011. So if they do Fallout 4 in 2015 and then Elder Scrolls 6 in 2016, that would work really well. Especially with the whole 6 and 16 thing, yeah. So, anyways, that's it for number 2. Time for number 1. And at number 1, we have the new Rocksteady game. If you've been a part of my channel, you would know I'm really into Rocksteady. Rocksteady is my favorite game developer purely because of the Arkham games. I really love the Arkham games. They are amazing. I love Arkham City and everything like that. I love Arkham Asylum. I sort of liked Arkham Knight, and they haven't really done anything. But Rocksteady is so good. I want to see what's next for them, because they said no more Arkham games. I don't really know. But at some point, I think back in February, they said they're making a new game, and it will be showed off at E3, or at least it was like a rumor circulating around at that time. They didn't confirm or deny it, so I'm assuming that will be like that has a trueness to it, I guess. I don't know a trueness? What? Uh, yeah, trueness to it. Like it's actually a possibility, and they didn't really want to. Yeah, if they are making a game, there's a lot of possibilities. It ties in with most. It ties in with the MCU-based game thing that I was talking about earlier. Like, they could go over to Marvel, making Marvel games, and knowing Rocksteady, they'll put tons and tons of effort in it, and it wouldn't really be bad. Like, honestly, and I don't know. Like, it wouldn't. As I said, it wouldn't really be bad at all. Then you have just other DC characters. So, like, you have Green Arrow. Green Arrow is really famous now with the whole Arrow show, and they could do like different characters, like do not cinematic, a video game universe thing, shared universe thing, like I'm doing. Like, I'm doing a fan fiction, fan made version of that, but it's not really a proper game. It's just concept, but still they could do that with and tie it in with the Arkham games. Sure, it wouldn't really make that much sense, because the Arkham games really, like, according to Arkham Origins and all that stuff, it takes place in a very short timeline. But even so, it would still really work. Like Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, especially, Arrow, especially, all these characters, Teen Titans, all that kind of stuff. The amount of stuff we could have, Justice League game, like, the amount of things Rockstar could do. They could do a whole new thing. They could make a Watchmen game. Imagine a Watchmen game. That's not like the old movie tie-in Watchmen game. Like a proper Watchmen game that's free roam and it has its own story and its own characters and everything like that. Maybe even set in DC Rebirth. Everything like that. So much possibility there with Rocksteady. Like, if you're a fan of the Arkham games, you have to be on the same level of hype that I am on now. I don't know what they're gonna do. Therefore, I'm not that much hyped. Once I do have confirmation that they're making a new game, or actual new game, and I know what that game is gonna be and everything like that, I'll be doing the same thing I did when Arkham Knight was announced, jumping all over my house like a little monkey. I swear, that's exactly what I did. Anyways, that's it for this top 13. Sure, I know this was pretty long. It was pretty long. I'm sorry about that, but honestly, I just had a ton of stuff to talk about, really, about these things. And A3 is this Sunday. I'm possibly going to be doing a live stream with another guy, as I said previously. And I don't really have that much stuff planned for this week, honestly. I mean, maybe a game concepts thing. And yeah, that's all. I really have planned a game concepts. So yeah, not really have anything else planned for this week in terms of the YouTube stuff. So, yeah, a long video, I guess, for you guys to keep you warm until E3 is over and everything like that. E3 sort of starts on Wednesday and officially starts on Sunday with Bethesda. I believe it's Bethesda. And I just really want to see these 13 things pop up at E3. And most of them we'll see. Like, most of these have actually been properly announced and slightly, I guess you could say, revealed in certain trailers, but I want to see, like, full descriptions and details on these things. That's why I consider it to be a reveal, not like, just, it's been revealed. Like, proper details and everything like that, or just being announced in general. So, yeah. But anyways, what games do you want to see with announced or revealed at E3? Do you agree with my list? Tell me all that kind of stuff in the comment section below. If you did like and enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Troll on. Baby!